Alrighty, so let's break it down. I think let's go ahead and start with Forex, and then we'll work our way over into futures and then small caps. So Forex, in Forex I took an L this morning, and that L was on CAD/JPY. Now overall, my bias is still bullish. Daily chart on this clearly bullish. Market structure on a daily chart clearly bullish. It was just a matter of timing it wrong, I believe. Just timing the play wrong, but still, I'm bullish on the play overall. There was a few levels of interest on this thing. So if you go to your 4-hour chart on CAD/JPY, again, I posted these tickers in the Forex watch list section this morning. So I posted that 4-hour bullish order block on CAD/JPY, 4-hour bullish order block. If you go to the Forex section, again, the section that says Forex trading, if you click on that section, you will see I posted a chart this morning, and that chart to the left, it was the very first thing I posted this morning. The chart to the left, you can see I have a horizontal blue line indicating where that 4-hour bullish order block is. That is our what? That's our larger time frame level, our larger time frame point of interest. Okay, so we had that, and then we had a reaction and a bullish London session as well. Fair value got confirmation. We even had a 1-hour, as I posted as well, a 1-hour bullish order block that it traded down into. Okay, traded back down into a discount market, even gave key Fibonacci. We had 80 institutional level in there. Boom, 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 boom. So we had several things, and it just couldn't do it. It just, again, and we also had something else. So 4-hour, I want to go back to that real quick. The 4-hour, we had a 4-hour bearish fair value gap overhead that hasn't been tapped into yet. So if you go to your 4-hour chart, you see that imbalance. That's serving as a draw on liquidity right now. That's a draw on liquidity, which is really nice whenever you have that in the opposing direction where you want price to go. So we had that. We had several things on this play. It just couldn't do it, which is, again, I'm still bullish on it overall. I think this thing is going up. It's just a matter of timing it wrong. Okay. So USD CAD, this one I have on high alert at the moment. So we had that level I posted this morning. Let me zoom down a little bit, or let me scroll down a little bit. So on the 4-hour chart, we had that reaction on USD CAD. If you go to your 4-hour chart, see that reaction off of that 4-hour bullish order block. That is your higher time frame level. That is a very nice order block. We had a shift in structure right there as well. As you can see, we had that fair value gap that was completely rebalanced. And this morning we came down. You can see during London session this morning, we came down. We took out that liquidity, that sell side liquidity. And then, boom, we get a nice, big, explosive move to the upside, right? So, and then came into New York session. We pulled lower, but we just barely, by a hair, by a couple pips, missed that 1-hour bullish order block. If I got to move down into that, I would have slammed it. I would have went long on it. Long meaning that I'm anticipating higher prices. So we'll see. I mean, it still may do it. This could very likely right here just be a fake run higher, have some built-in sell side liquidity, and then come down, take out those sell stops here in a second. If it does, I'm all over it. I want this play. It's a really nice looking setup, just a beautiful all around looking setup on USD CAD. So we'll see if we can get that play here within New York session, or within my kill zone. So after, it has to be within no later than 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern time. Okay. And also keep in mind, you have high impact news, which is at 10:30. So you got to consider that as well. Alrighty. So let's see. USD CAD, again, that's the main watch at the moment. CAD JPY still might do something. Keep an eye on it as well. And GBP AUD sitting on some support right now as well. So GBP AUD doesn't look bad right here. The GBP AUD does not look bad right here at all. It's sitting on a level of support. It's traded down into a bullish imbalance. That one could definitely see some higher prices here pretty soon, but it's not even remotely close to as good looking as USD CAD though. That one's way better looking. And I think that about covers it. Let's see. All right, let's go to futures real quick, and then we'll go to small caps. So futures, I posted a couple charts in there this morning. So let's go to the 4-hour chart. I posted a couple points of interest on the 4-hour time frame, those old highs. So once price comes down, again, if you're lost, I want you to go to the futures trading section. I posted a couple charts in there this morning. That first chart, which was posted from my Thinkorswim, we had those old highs right there. Those are areas of interest for me. Once price comes down into those levels right there, I'm keeping my eye out for a reaction. When I say reaction, what do I mean? A lower time frame shift in market structure. Once it comes down into those levels inside of the imbalance. Those are points of interest, okay? Because this is bullish right now. We just had that strong shift in structure. And you might see that second chart I posted. That one just had zero respect for that, which, I mean, it's not surprising. That would be a counter trend trade. So like I said, it's not the best looking setup, as I said, because we recently had a really strong shift in market structure. Momentum is clearly bullish to the upside right now, really strong. But I figured it's going to want to retrace here soon. It's just when. That's the question, when. And timing it is the most difficult part. So we'll see what it does, but clearly it's very strong at the moment, very bullish. But those 4-hour levels that I posted, you want to keep a very, very close eye on that particular area because you got some nice support down there. And once price does, it comes down, you get a nice shift, boom, that's where you can start looking for some upside objectives, right? So that is ES. Alrighty, let's see. Okie dokie, let's go to small caps real quick. And let's break down this watch list. I don't think we got much really to look at over here. So we'll just go through these real quick. All right, so ALBT. This one, I'm not a fan of the pre-market activity. Why am I not a fan of the pre-market activity? Because it's just really low volume. There's not a lot happening towards it at the moment. We do got some weekly support in here, I believe, which let's zoom out and see real quick where that's at. That weekly support that we have on ALBT is 283. So we have 283 weekly support on this thing, which is prices hovering right above it at the moment. We also got view up support. So we could catch something there possibly, but I don't really like this for a dip buy play. This is one of those scenarios where I would like to see volume come into it first. I want to see this thing prove itself first before I put any of my money into it. And so yeah, that's ALBT. I would just probably going to sit on the sidelines on that one. We also got some weekly resistance up at $3, which is also what? $3 is also what? It's whole number resistance. So when we're dealing with equities, it's important to note that you have several levels of support and resistance to consider. Okay, you have your chart levels, which is just your basic support and resistance. So you have your chart levels, but you also have something that we would call psychological levels. Okay, so just like how I have taught and talked about many times before in Forex, we have institutional price levels being 00, 20, 50, 80. Again, 00, 20, 50, 80 are your institutional price levels of support. In equities, we have what we would call psychological levels of support. So in this case, we have $3. $3 is whole number. The whole number is your strongest psychological level of support and resistance. The whole number is it's the strongest psychological level. Other psychological levels consist of the $half and your natural levels. $half being your 50-cent level, and then you have your 25-cent levels, which is your natural levels of support and resistance. So like, for example, 275, which is that next psychological level of support on ALBT, 275. 75-cent, 25-cent level, that's a natural level of support. Psychological, purely psychological level of support, right? So that's something for your notes. And let's move on. BBIO. This one, we have some weekly support right here as well. So let's zoom out real quickly, see where that's at. It's a pretty nice level. 1813 from 1/3/2022. See that major swing high level right there, 1813. Well, so it's kind of premature. It's just now starting to pop its head above that level. We'll see if it can hold above it. But if so, that could be a very nice dip buy, possibly at the bell. We also have 18 bucks right below it. What did we just go over? 18 bucks is hoe number support, right? So we have our weekly, we have our hoe number. Those are some points of interest for this BBIO. So let's see how this thing opens up, see if it can consistently keep trending up higher here. Kala, I'm not a big fan of this one. I think I'm just going to remove it. I mean, we got some support, which is some daily support right above 18. Then we got 20, which is hoe number support. So I'll keep it on. But it's kind of in the deal. Like, I'm not a huge fan of this pre-market activity. It's not a lot of volume being traded at the moment. But 20 bucks is hoe number support. You have sell side liquidity right there as well. Once it flushes down into 20, you could possibly catch a little pop off that level. And main watch this morning for me, without a doubt, in equities is UNCY. UNCY. So why is this my main watch? Why did this one take it over those other tickers? Like, what do I like about this better? Well, I like to keep my focus where the action is at. What do I mean when I say action? When I say action, I mean volume, okay? And this is clearly, I mean, just beautiful pre-market trend as well. It's consistently been grinding up all throughout pre-market. Just a beautiful, really strong trend, pre-market trend, a lot of volume. And we have several larger time frame levels as well. That larger time frame, we have some weekly support, which is like 114. And let's zoom out real quick and see, make sure, see if it's a very good level. Yep, it's a very nice level. So it's a very nice level. I mean, the volume ain't the greatest on that particular week, but it's a very nice price swing. So 114 is a nice level of weekly support. Okay, and then you got your sell side liquidity resting at 119. So 114, I got my eyes on that level right now at the moment. We still got some time before the open, so that plan may change. But say, for example, on UNCY, if price was to open right here, boom, it's 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. That 114 level is where I got my eyes for a dip by play. If we were to get a flush, boom, take out that sell side, come down to the VWAP. We also got, or that weekly support, that VWAP support is at 116 as well. That's where you want to keep your eyes for a possible dip by play on this thing. Okay, that's a very, very nice level of support. Very nice pre-market trend, a lot of volume. That's without a doubt the main watch for me this morning in equities. Okay, definitely everything on my watch list just now with Forex. We talked about futures briefly. We talked about equities. What's your take on Euro JPY 1 hour setup? All right, let's take a peek at it real quick. So overall, the daily market structure is bullish, but it is topping out right here. So let's zoom down to the 4 hour time frame. So let me see if I'm reading this right. You're looking for a buy play, right? That's what it looks like to me. Yeah, you could catch a nice scalp on this. I'll see what you're looking at. So overall, daily chart on this thing is bullish. The overall larger time frame trend is bullish. And you're coming down into a bullish fair value gap at the moment. So you're just about, well, actually, no, you have completely rebalanced that portion of price action, testing a 1 hour bullish order block at the moment. And on the 15-minute, what I want you to note is you have a drawn liquidity. Where's that drawn liquidity? If you go to your 15-minute chart, you see that 15-minute imbalance up there with that 0 institutional price level in there. So for a scalp play, that's a pretty nice play for a possible scalp play on that USD JPY. Definitely, most likely going to want to drop into that imbalance on the 15-minute into that institutional price level. And as I've already stated, we're testing a bullish order block right here. Completely rebalance that price action. But yeah, definitely could see a nice retracement here on this USD JPY. Alrighty, let's see. Water prints. You're talking about GBP USD. I believe that's what you're talking about. All right, let's break it down. Let's go to GBP USD. So let's start from our larger time frame and let's work our way down here. So larger time frame chart, GBP USD. Overall, daily chart is currently operating within a bearish market structure. Let's go to the 4 hour. So 4 hour, you did just recently have a really nice leg up higher there on the 4 hour chart, breaking that previous swing level from Wednesday. All right, let's go to the 1 hour. Bearish London session this morning. It popped up into New York kill zone, rejected off of that level of resistance, aka that old low, that old swing low level. Again, that was from this morning. So right before London session, you had that old swing level right there, popped up into that. And actually bouncing off, that bounce happened off of a bullish order block from Friday on the 1 hour chart. So right now, short term, I think I'm bearish on this thing for the couple reasons that I just mentioned above. We do have the influence of London session. It's always best to have London session backing you. London session's bearish. We completely rebalanced that imbalance that was created on that move lower. We tested our levels of resistance. They're not larger time frame levels of resistance, which isn't ideal. But those 1 hour levels of resistance right there, so it popped up into New York, tested those levels of resistance, and now we're pulling back off of that. So most likely, what do I see happening here? I think this thing is likely going to roll over, attack the lows, attack low of day. It's not a beautiful setup. It's not something that it's not one of those setups that just jumps out at me. But most likely, it's going to want to attack these lows. That's GBP USD. Let's see. The live, you're in the live. This is the live. Let's see. Voice only. Yes, sir. So my voice is low. What about for everybody else? Is my voice all right? Or is it low? Can you hear me? And I'll get that XBT Gunner. I'm just making sure we got all this set. Loud and clear, it's fine. Voice is fine. It might be something with your settings. I'm not sure, but tinker around with your settings. I think there's something with your voice settings possibly. Yep, it's recorded. I'll post it later today. All right, let's see. What was it? XBT? See, I am unsure what that is, but let's see what it is. XPT. Platinum metals. Let's see if I can find it here. XPT. Oh, I think I got you, I think. CFDs. XBT USD. I think I got your chart. All right, so XBT USD, what's the breakdown on this? Well, let's start from the daily chart. And I'm going to try to get through this pretty quick since we're coming up here on equities open. So we recently had a shift in market structure on the daily chart. We all see where that occurred. See that high from February the 22nd. We broke that high. We traded up higher in a what? In a premium. Now we're pulling back here. So let's go down to the 4 hour now. Yep, it came down, tested that level of support from Wednesday, last Wednesday. All right, let's go to the 1 hour. All right, bearish London session had a really strong crack during London. So right now, I'd lean more towards the bearish side at the moment. So it's kind of in a similar deal here as I was just going over. We had that bearish London session. We had that strong shift to the downside. We have our fair value gap confirmation. So likely what I think this thing's going to do, overall the daily chart is bullish. Okay, so it would be a counter trend trade. But short term, we're talking about short term right now, I am bearish on this thing. I think it's going to have a deeper retracement as well on the daily chart, possibly. Sure, we got that fair value gap, but I definitely think this thing's going to want to retrace a little bit lower here, back down into a discount marketplace. So it would be a counter trend trade if you were to short it, but short term, I think this thing's going to be headed lower. Likely going to want to tag low of day. Okay? But again, it's like, it's not one of those plays where it's just jumping out at me. When I say jumping out at me, it's just, what I mean by that is it's just not a great looking setup. Let's see here. NCD USD. Looks like we got a few people that want that one. Yes, sir. That actually set up. I'm not in it, but that's actually, yep, it had a nice reaction off that level. So that's actually a setup right here, this NCD USD that you guys just pointed out that I posted in the Forex watchlist section this morning. So the daily chart on this is yep, overall we're bearish market structure on the daily time frame. And the level that we're reacting off of with the level, if you go to the Forex watchlist section, you'll see I posted that this morning. See that owed low? See how it came down, boom, we made that huge low that was on last Thursday, and then we had a huge bounce off that level. It came down Friday, tested that level, rejected, boom, bounced again, and then what happened this morning? Big, strong, explosive displacement to the downside on NCD USD, okay? Again, for anybody that's lost, just go to the Forex watchlist section. I posted these charts beforehand. Okay, so we had that big displacement lower that cracked that level, really strong close below that level, cracking that level of support. And when support is broken, becomes resistance going forward. And if we go to our 1 hour chart, you can see we had a fair value gap confirmation through that level. And whenever you have a level like that that's broken with the fair value gap, With that level being inside the fair value gap, it usually, more times than not, becomes a very sensitive price level, and it's respected very nicely. So obviously we had the influence of London session. London session was bearish, and most of the time the highs and lows are put in during London session. So as I've said before, kind of think of it like London session sets the tone for the day. We already have that momentum coming from London session, so more than likely it's going to want to continue that trend here. And now coming into New York sessions, which is where you most commonly get your retracements to get on board the move. We had that retracement back up into your level of resistance. So this thing most likely going to want to roll over here pretty soon and attack low of day. That's what I see happening. Yup, Euro CHF pulled back into a daily discount. 4-hour chart, yep, bouncing off that 4-hour order block. I don't like, on this one, Euro CHF, I would much prefer for this thing to break high of day first. Because I don't like that we had London session bearish. I prefer to have the influence of that, but it could give you something, but I would give this thing a little bit more longer. I would give it longer. I would like for this to break high of day first, get a nice move above high of day, and then possibly grab a pullback after that. But I would give this one personally a little bit more time, that Euro CHF. Entry on, so T has good entry. I think you're talking about NCD USD. Good entry is the levels that I talked about earlier, those levels of resistance. Those are your best entries. But let's see, is there another way you could play it though? There is, if you just utilize your different time frames, like a 15-minute, for example. You could wait for a 15-minute shift and then grab it off of that. But your best entry on this is going to be up into those levels that I posted earlier. You might miss it since it popped up into it, but hey, who cares? I mean, trades are like buses. There's always another one coming. Always another setup around the corner. All right, 1 second. I'm going to go over the small caps real quick because that was the bell that you just heard. All right, UNCY in equities. We're over on equities right now. We have 125 support on this. 125 support on this. Oh, shit, I need to update my charts. Here, 1 second. I need to update my levels on this thing, since this thing's going on some pretty nice moves here. And we got that high right there. And boom. All right, so yeah, we're pulling back off some weekly resistance right here. That 125 area, we got some support. But the really nice support, the much better support is down in that 114 area. But we'll see. If I can get a flush right here to 125, we may get a nice play. Because we also have something else right below that 125, which is also natural support. Remember our talks on psychological support earlier. We also have 123 VWAP right below it. So UNCY, eyes on UNCY. It's getting pretty close here. Let's see. Again, it's pulling back off of this weekly resistance. Let's see if it can do it. Feels that NCD USD tanking pretty hard here. All right, UNCY. I got my eyes on UNCY right now. This is where my focus is with equities. So let's see what it does here. Equities, it's a little bit of a different strategy than Forex. It's a like ultra scalping strategy. You got to be very quick. You got to be very nimble. I don't look for much with equities. I take very, very small scalps on these. Okay. Let's see what it does here. 125 is that level you need to keep an eye on. 125. If it can't hold 125, your next point of interest is 114. Those are your points of interest right now. And I know you guys are asking, for some more Forex charts. I'll get to those in a second, but I'm going to keep my focus right here at the moment on this UNCY, because we are getting pretty close to this level of support. And with small caps, you got to be on it. I mean, you got to be very quick. You got to be very nimble, because they don't spend a lot of time, especially this early in the morning. They don't spend a lot of time at these levels. So you got to be on it. You got to be on it. You got to be quick. Let's see if it can give me a flush here. I'm not in it yet. Not in it. Doesn't give me that entry. I'm perfectly fine with that. Doesn't give me that flush. I'm perfectly fine with that. But we're not gonna chase. All right, let's see if we can do it here. Coming back down lower. So again, anybody that's just now joining the voice chat, my focus right now is on equities. UNCY is what I got my eyes on. UNCY. Okay, we're coming down into this 125 level of support. Larger time frame level in here, but also we have the psychological component being the 25-cent level. Uh-oh, eyes on it, eyes on it. Let's see if we can do it. We also got VWAP, which is 124. Let's see, just barely missed it. We hit a low of 127 on that pullback. So it swooped low of day sell side liquidity. Now we're pushing back up. I'm not going to chase though. All right, remember, like I always tell you guys, like I say all the time, it's my entry or no entry. Okay, you don't give me my entry, we don't got a deal. So I need that 125. I don't care if it rips all the way up to 100. I don't care if it goes to 200. Does something insane, goes parabolic. It's my entry or no entry. All right, I'm going to set an alert for that. I'm going to set an alert so if it does come down. All right, I'm going to go back to Forex real quick. If it comes down, I'll be alerted and I'll be able to get back over here pretty quick. Let's see, Euro USD, thoughts please. All right, 1 second. Break down Euro USD. I think I talked about that one earlier, but let's... Here, 1 second. All right, Euro USD. All right, so Euro USD, still overall the daily chart is bearish to market structure, but right now short-term bullish. It's definitely got strength to the upside. It's got bullish momentum to the upside at the moment. What's a point of interest on this thing? What's a point of interest? Well, we have a bullish order block. See those three consecutive down candles starting at 3 o'clock a.m. 3 o'clock a.m. this morning, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. See those 3 down close candles on the 1 hour chart? I want you to know the body of it. that's where you got support. So if you were to get a buy on Euro USD, that is an area of interest, okay? And you also have your 50 institutional price level, the 50 level, which is right above that bullish order block as well, okay? And once this 1 hour closes in about 20 minutes, you will have a bullish fair value gap. And even right below that, you have an old high inside that imbalance, okay? So you got quite a bit of support in there, actually. There's not really anything interesting on the larger time frame, which would have been much better. We got that 4 hour, but so yeah, that's where you need to keep your focus on Euro USD for a possible buy. Okay, London session was bullish this morning. Clearly, the thing is very strong, just ripping up super nicely right here. But down in that 50 level, you have that bullish order block. You have that fair value gap that's going to be here after this closes. That's where I would keep your focus. All right, UNCY is still chopping around here. We'll give it a little bit more time. Let's see what else we had. AUD and CD getting close to the bearish fair value, public liquidity sleep. All right, 1 second. AUD and CD. So AUD and CD. Market structure clearly bearish on the daily. We've been rallying up the last few days, got some little upwards momentum here, but clearly the larger time frame is still bearish. Right now it's bouncing off of that bullish order block. You see from the 20th of last month. Wait, no, that's the 20th of January. Yeah, January the 20th. We're bouncing off that bullish order block right now at the moment, but still the structure is bearish. The tide is bearish at the moment. And let's see what we got here. What was your question? Getting close to a daily bearish fair value gap and probably liquidity sweep. Daily bearish. Okay, I'll see what you're on. Yeah, you got that daily bearish fair value gap that it is tapping up into at the moment. So we could very likely see this thing roll over here pretty soon, but it would be much smarter to wait on that lower time frame confirmation. Again, lower time frame confirmation, shift in market structure, okay? So I would like to see it take out these lows here, really strong displacement to the downside, okay? And with a strong displacement to the downside, there's no mistaking it. You know it when you see it. You'll have that fair value gap confirmation. It'll be really strong. You'll have a nice strong close below the level as well. That's what you want to see because you could, I mean, the easy money is waiting on the confirmation, okay? Not trying to top ticket, trying to catch the absolute top of the move. Take the easy money, let it confirm, all right? Let it confirm before you do anything. That's the smartest move because right now, this thing's bullish on the smaller time frame, all right? Completely bullish market structure. We came down this morning at 8 o'clock and we're bouncing off of that bullish order block right there. You see on the 1 hour chart, we're bouncing off of that at the moment. So this is clearly bullish right now, but that could definitely change here pretty soon because like you just stated, we have that larger time frame imbalance. Market structure is bearish. It's basically just waiting for it to tip its hand. That's what you're doing. Just waiting, being patient, not doing anything right now. I know that's tough, but just waiting for it to tip its hand. All right, let's see what else we got here. Let me see what that's doing. UNCY taking off. I think it's halted. Yep, halted. So UNCY is halted. So that's probably a wrap for small caps now. Since that's gotten halted, that was the only thing I really had my eyes on. I'll go peek at the scanner here in a second, see if we got anything else taken off. But UNCY, I mean, that's part of it. I mean, that's part of trading. It got 2 cents away from our level of support on that move at 9:35 a.m. Eastern time. It came down, it swept to sell stops, aka low of day, and just missed our level by 2 cents, and now it's just getting bought up like crazy here. That happens. So I mean, I'm not going to get FOMO. I'm not going to try to chase this thing up. You know why? Because the market's open again tomorrow. It's open again the day after that, the day after that, the day after that, the day after that. It's open again next week. It's open again next month. There's no need to chase plays. There's going to be another setup. This is actually might do something here. BBIO. So BBIO had a really nice move here at 938 through that weekly level. And let's zoom out and confirm how nice of a level it is. I think it's a nice level. Yep, it sure is. So 1813 weekly support on BBIO. Again, I repeat, 1813 weekly support BBIO. So we got some nice support right there. And you got VWAP right below it. And you got a whole number level of support below it as well. That's a pretty nice level. That's 3 levels that I just named off for you. 3 levels of support right there. And then you have your order block as well, which is starting at 930 on that down move. So we had that down move at 930 when it took liquidity. And then, boom, you get a nice explosive move to the upside. That's a pretty nice looking play here. Let's see what it does. This could be something interesting. Yep, confirmations on 15-minute and 1 hour. That's what we want. We want a strong shift in market structure. All right, let's see what we got here. I got my eyes on BBIO. BBIO. This one might give us a play here pretty soon with equities, BBIO. Let's see what it does. Again, if I can get a flush right here, I'll hit BBIO. If it can give me a flush right here down into this weekly support, into VWAP support, into whole number support, into order block support, 4 levels right there that I just named off for you. It also has key Fibonacci retracement, 61%, discount marketplace. I like it. So BBIO, keep an eye on it. Uh-oh, boom, right there. Right there. There's your flush, BBIO. All right, I'm going to hit this. If you can give me a little bit more. Coming up on VWAP. There we go. There's VWAP. So I want 18. I want 1850. And there's 18. Boom. So we're testing VWAP support, whole number support, weekly support, order block support. We want 1850. All right, nice little bounce, nice little reaction. Let's see if it can continue. We want to see it respect this level. I like it. I like that it respected it right there on that last 1 minute. All right, looking good. All right, so I'm sending BBIO at the moment for anybody that missed it. Just letting this thing work right now. This is where I got my focus currently. We're still playing around with that weekly support, still holding that weekly support. I want the break of 1850. Notice I said break of 1850. I don't want to see it take too long. We're still good right now. It's still holding these levels of support, but I don't want to see it do too much chopping here because the best trades, they usually go quick. All right. The best trades, they usually don't spend a lot of time at support. They usually respect that support pretty quickly, pretty swiftly, and they get to going where they want to do their PTs usually pretty quickly. All right, 18 buck whole number support. That's what we're playing with right now. Still looking good. Still looking good. Just playing around with these support levels. So while I'm letting this this thing play out, if you guys got any other charts you want me to look at, feel free to type it in chat before I hop off in a little bit later. I'm not really gonna be on here much longer, like maybe 10 to 15 minutes or so. Yep, AUD USD. I like that 4-hour level. So we have an old low on AUD USD. That was put in Sunday. So you see that swing low from Sunday? We have that level in there. That is a level of resistance. Okay, market structure is bearish as well. And if you go to your 1-hour chart, you can see it's nestled real nicely inside that 1-hour fair value gap. So yeah, AUD USD definitely, without a doubt, bearish at the moment. I would like to see it push up a little bit farther if it can. That could be a nice play. You have that 50 institutional price level a little bit higher as well. Again, level of resistance. Yeah, if they can push up here into that level of resistance, you could catch a nice play. And likely what's it going to want to hit, what's it going to want to target, what liquidity pool, low of day. All right, low of day still stops. Still sitting in BBIO, but I got to say it ain't looking too bright. Good setup, though. I have no complaints. Still good setup. We'll see. It might still turn around here. All right, 1 second. I think I saw something else. AUS 200. All right, 1 second. Let's go pull it up. Probably be the last one I do before I hop off. That's if nobody else has anything. So AUS 200. Alrighty. So AUS 200. Let's start on the daily chart for this thing. So clearly, recently, we just had a very strong shift in market structure on the daily chart. And also on the weekly, it's worth noting the weekly market structure on this thing, bullish as well. We recently pulled back into a weekly discount, a weekly fair value gap. Daily chart will shift in market structure. So far, we're very, very bullish from what I'm looking at here. Very, very bullish at the moment. And 4-hour, you have a old high on the 4-hour that could serve as some support. You see that high from last Thursday. See on the 4-hour chart, the high from last Thursday nestled inside of that bullish fair value gap. You got some support right there. You could get a reaction. And then once you come down into that level, look for that that lower time frame, that reaction off the lower time frame. So like 1 hour, 15-minute reaction. Because right now, it doesn't have a lot of strength towards it at the moment. Also, bearish London session. But it's without a doubt, it's bullish, higher time frame bullish. I would just wait for it to trade down into a higher time frame level, like the 4-hour that I just outlined for you. Once it comes down into that level, it sweeps low of day sell side, which it most likely will want to do here. Sweep low of day sell side. I would watch out for that reaction. You lose like your 15-minute 1 hour. But right now, it's still a bit premature for a buy. I would let it retrace a bit more here. All right, let's see. BBIO popping back up in the 18. Might be wise to bail here if it gives a shot. Because it's playing too much, way too much. I would have liked to get on that last move with the 18, but I didn't have my eyes on it. Keep in mind, news is at you got a high impact news at 10:30. It would be smart. It would be smart to be in cash by then. But then after that news comes out, with the news, let everything show its hand. Then you could possibly reposition. I still got my eyes on that USD CAD. I really like that USD CAD. Seeing if that can give me a possible pullback here pretty soon, or maybe after the news comes out, we might get something. That's what I got my eyes on. And again, CAD JPY, I did take an L on this one this morning. Still, I'm bullish on it. I think it's going to drop into that imbalance, but it was just a matter of timing it wrong. Alrighty, anything else, y'all? Let me go see if anybody posted anything in the chat. Wait a second. What's this? Mike, can you talk a bit about the state of CAD? Talk about CAD JPY. All right, let me go see. CAD JPY. I believe that's what you're talking about. CAD JPY. Yeah, so like we just went over this one. Overall, it's bullish. Okay, it's still bullish without a doubt. I mean, the daily chart is clearly, without a doubt, it's 100% bullish. We still have that draw on liquidity. And this thing was really, as I said, it's just a matter of mistiming it. And that's part of trading. Sometimes you'll just mistime it. It doesn't mean I was wrong about the direction. UNCY just got an alert for that, for anybody that was wondering. So I'm going to finish up this though. It looks like this, I'm still in it, but I'm likely going to have to bow to this BBIO. It's getting pretty close to my stop out point here. But I'm going to give it a second here. So yeah, CAD JPY. Still bullish. Yep, there it is. I don't have to bell BBI. We are coming down into $0.5 support, so it could definitely find its bottom here, but I gotta follow the plan. I gotta follow my rules. Again, even on BBIO, may have just been a matter of mistiming it. Here, 1 second. I'll pivot back over to that. Yeah, we'll see what it does. The news may create a scenario. Again, 10:30. We have news coming out that could give you something. Could give you that shift that you're looking for, that strength. We'll just have to wait. We'll have to wait and see, because there's really nothing on it at the moment. The killer time seems to knocked it down. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Killer time? You mean kill zone? New York kill zone? Right now, it's a red day, but we'll see. That may change here. Again, depending on what happens after the news. USD CAD is that main watch. Again, if you go to the Forex section, you can see that chart I posted on USD CAD in there. That's what I like the best right now. So we'll see if we can get that possibly. Alrighty, y'all. Well, I'll plug a few videos later on. So my trade reviews, all that good stuff, and the live recording from this. So hopefully y'all have a blessed day, and I will catch you later. Again, every Monday, I do it.